Did you know that every year the world produces over 400 million tons of plastic, and most of that plastic ends up in landfills? You may ask why. It's because traditional recycling is just terrible, and it's just delays their trip to the dumpster. Hi, my name is Andrew Choi, and I'm the CEO of Plastigut, and I'm here to solve the global plastic crisis by using enzymes to digest plastic into materials that can be recycled. So, mechanical recycling isn't a perfect solution because it usually downgrades plastics instead of truly recycling it. So, when a plastic water bottle is mechanically recycled, it's first collected, sorted, cleaned, and then it's shredded down, and then lastly, it's melted. But every time that plastic is melted, its polymer chains break down, meaning it weakens the material. That means the new product is a lower quality than what it was before. For example, a PET water bottle might be turned into polyester fibers for carpets or for clothing. The problem is that those products are almost impossible to recycle again, and those products eventually end up in landfills or the environment. There are big companies like Coca-Cola who are trying very hard to find high quality recycled plastic to meet the government guidelines, but the current market can't provide it efficiently. The customers I'm selling to aren't just regular everyday people. They're massive waste management facilities and global plastic manufacturers who are losing money because they don't have efficient recycling methods. So what Plastigut will do is we'll use a proprietary microbial cocktail that acts like a biological stomach. It first eats plastics like PET and then it breaks them down into their original chemical building blocks. Plastigut will earn money by charging waste collectors a tipping fee of $45 per ton to take their trash. The Plastigut will also sell the broken down products, the virgin quality monomers, back to manufacturers at a premium. Instead of building a ton of factories, we'll license bio software to existing waste giants. So here are the startup expenses for Plastigut. So most of the startup cost goes to lab and equipments, which is around 70%. Next, we have the bioreactors and fermenters at around 26%. And lastly, we have the fermentation supplies at around 3%. And as you can see, the total startup cost is around $40,000. So as the founder, the CEO, and the CSO, I lead the scientific direction and the research and development. Um, Currently, I have a friend who's fulfilling their role as CMO as they're getting partnerships. And as we move on, I'll hire a supply chain manager to handle the plans for moving biological materials between facilities. So now let's talk about the risks. So my biggest risk I have is the process performance uncertainty. Because what if my enzymes die in a dirty tank? For this risk, I have a four-step pretreatment process. So the first step we have is separating and sorting the PET. Next step will be is size reduction, as we'll reduce the size of the PET plastic, and we have enzymes working on surfaces. Because if you just throw in a plastic water bottle, it'll take forever uh, for it to recycle. The third step would be to wash off any junk, such as soda residue, oil, and labels. Lastly, we'll kill any bacteria living in the trash, so they won't eat any of the microbes or the monomers my enzymes produce. The first phase of Plastigut will be the prototype phase, where my lab will scale validation, proving that the enzymes work on the mixed waste. Next, the second phase of Plastigut will be testing on small areas, trying to scale it up bigger. The Plastigut will try to break even at this point and turn 10 tons of waste into virgin quality materials to prove that economic model works. Lastly, the third phase of Plastigut is to fully launch it to the public and have a 10% profit margin, expand the industrial licensing. Environmental impact isn't an afterthought, it's the core of the business. My process reduces greenhouse gas emissions by around 17 to 43%, and energy consumption by up to 83% compared to virgin quality plastic production. Unlike chemical recycling, which uses heat and toxic solvents, my biological process operates at low temps, making it the only sustainable solutions for the long term. By turning today's plastic into virgin quality resources, Plastigut creates an infinite loop that gets rid of the need for fossil fuels. Thank you for watching.